Hello, my name is Zoe, and this is my midterm presentation on Incongruity Theory as seen in Schitt's Creek through the character Moira Rose. Oops. So what is Incongruity Theory? First, I believe that it is essential to understand what the root word of the theory means. Incongruence is defined by the Cambridge Dictionary as the state of not being suitable or not fitting well with something else, essentially a sort of juxtaposition to the social norm. In our textbook, John Mayer, states that incongruity theory holds that humor results from a mental reaction to something unexpected, unusual, or odd in a non-threatening way when an accepted norm or pattern is violated. The difference must be close enough to the norm to be non-threatening, but different enough to be remarkable. This theory emphasizes cognition, meaning that one must have the ability to rationally understand patterns of everyday reality, to understand what pattern was violated and why it is humorous as a result. Pattern recognition in this theory is key. Our brains are always predicting the next outcome, so when a situation creates a different response, our brains momentarily sigh in relief due to our constant survival instinct, and humor is, ultimately, found in this pause. The writers of the hit show Schitt's Creek created comedy gold by embracing this theory. Schitt's Creek is a show about the Rose family, who go from extreme wealth to being broke, well, overnight, with their only remaining asset being a humble small town bought years earlier as a joke called Schitt's Creek. Due to their newfound poverty, the Roses are forced to move into a hotel in Schitt's Creek as they try to piece together and make sense of their lives, and hilarity ensues. A character in the show that best embodies incongruity theory is the one and only Moira Rose. Moira Rose is the eccentric matriarch of the Rose family. Moira is known throughout the series for her outrageous fashion, her unique accent, and those wigs. Let's not forget those wigs. Nearly everything Moira does, even the most mundane of tasks, such as attending town council meetings or babysitting bebes, is done with a theatric flair. In comparison to her fellow townspeople and even her own family at times, Moira is very much an outlier in that she marches to the beat of her own drum. The result is hilarious as her incongruent nature and pattern violation is blatantly obvious and violates so many social patterns in the town. The incongruency of Moira's character taps into the absurdity of life and presents it in a way that resonates with audiences, generating humor and ultimately lots of laughter. The following clips I have chosen for this presentation are examples of incongruity theory and pattern violation at work through Moira. So Moira and her environment. Moira is a very stark contrast to the very humble backdrop of the town in which she lives. For example, the Rosebud Motel, in which the Rose family lives, which is incredibly ironic, seeing as the town slogan of Schitt's Creek is where everyone fits in. So, pattern violation is seen quite often due to this. This is a clip of Moira doing a commercial for the town of Schitt's Creek.
Oh, hello, you. I'm film and television's Moira Rose. Won't you join me for a little stroll through the slice of paradise I like to call the town where I currently am?
This is Moira at a funeral, which it's humorous because it's very absurd. She is singing "Oh Danny Boy."
Danny boy, the pipes are calling from where to
Moira's diction. So Moira's diction is a wonderful example of incongruency in the series. Her colorful accent and word choices make her stand out against the mundane and sometimes very simple-minded residents of the town. This TikTok is a wonderful compilation of her choice of words.
Was suddenly bombulating with anticipation. Can we feel that?
And that's Alexis, now is not the time for pettifogging. This prick of a prestidigitator.
The last traces of my juvenescence vanished into thin air. Oh, how very churlish of them.
Positively bedeviled with meetings, etc.
Ronnie, might you and I confabulate for a moment in the back room?
David?
I'm sorry, but it's coup d'etat time.
Here I get a ballotron from Barnum and Bailey.
Jocelyn, that sounds dangersome. Miss
Moira's fashion and appearance. So Moira's fashion choices sharply contrast the fashion norms of the locals of Schitt's Creek. Moira's obliviousness to this reality is often used as a running joke in the show. At one point, there's an episode where Moira is running for town council, and she asks her son David, I am approachable, and it's humorous, and it violates pattern because Moira is so oblivious to the fact that she doesn't fit in very well, that she doesn't dress like the others. This is an example of her wigs, her wonderful wigs, and just a little taste of her fashion. This next clip is her attending a town council meeting.
Well, hello, everyone. What time is curtain?
We'll probably start in a few minutes.
Well, it looks like a full house out there.
So, is this what everyone's wearing?
Well, I might lose the jacket.
Well,
And then this is Moira officiating at her son David's wedding. It's humorous because it's not something you would see at a wedding. It's so abnormal.
Good evening, everyone.
But it's very Moira.
Welcome to the marriage of Patrick Brewer and David Rose.
And then finally, Moira's situational awareness or lack thereof. Moira's inability to read the room is often the most humorous part of the show. Her erratic and over-the-top reactions and behavior heavily juxtapose the situations that she finds herself in and violates so many patterns. This is her buying a car with her husband.
We've struggled with penury for quite some time now. Just 2 years ago, we were practically homeless.
Where are you two from? You know, I've been wondering that myself.
I'm from London. I was one of 2 identical twins. Tragically, I was snatched from my crib at birth by Russian mobsters. They looked at my fair skin and my dazzling eyes and they said, we'll make a pretty penny on that one. On the human black market, we will.
And so that is my presentation on Incongruity Theory in Moira Rose. And just so many examples of pattern violation that she does in the show. Thank you so much for watching. These are my references and sources. I used YouTube, Google Images, TikTok. I took clips from Comedy Central and Pop TV as well. And then I used information from our textbook, Understanding Humor Through Communication by John C. Mayer. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.